Hello everyone. Today I will share our findings from a study titled Statistical Analysis of IMDb Ratings Across Movie Genres. We wanted to see if movie genres affect IMDb's ratings. Using a sample of 300 films from 15 genres, we explored whether some genres consistently get higher or lower scores. We selected 300 IMDb films across 15 genres, purposefully choosing to reflect variety. For each film, we recorded the title, year, genre, and IMDb rating. Summary stats show that history and sci-fi had higher average scores, while romance and crime were generally lower. We used box plots and a histogram to compare genres. Box plots show rating spreads, history and sci-fi had high. Constant scores, romance and crime were more varied. The histogram showed most ratings clustered between 7 and 9, indicating generally favorable audience reviews. Ece will continue to the next slide.
Thank you, Zela. Let me give a quick overview of the data. We combine information from IMDb's public data set, including only full-length movies. The ratings range from 6.0 to 9.3, with an average around 7.33 and a standard deviation of about 0.72. So most scores cluster in the 7.0 and 8.0 range. It's important to check if the data is normally distributed, since many statistical tests require that. The results show that IMDb ratings are not perfectly normal. There's a slight skew, and the tests we ran had p-values below 0.05. This means that some statistical tests might not be appropriate unless we adjust for this. We wanted to estimate the average IMDb rating for the population with confidence. Using our data, we calculated a 95% confidence interval for the mean, which was between 7.29 and 7.38. We also figured out that if you want to get a very precise estimate, like with a margin of error of 0.1, you'd need a sample of at least 200 films. Now, Zülal will be continuing with our presentation. Thank you.
Thanks, Ece. In this study, we explored whether IMDb ratings differ significantly across film genres. After confirming the assumptions of normality with Shapiro-Wilk test and equal variances with Levine's test, we conducted a one-way ANOVA, which yielded a p-value greater than 0.05. L2, the Weiland plot, illustrates some variation in rating distributions. These differences were not statistically significant. Tukey's post-hoc test further supported this, and revealing no meaningful pairwise differences among genres. To deepen our analysis, we compared two highest rated genres, which are science fiction and biography, with using Balch t-test. And the resulting p-value of 0.375 confirmed that the observed differences was not statistically significant and likely due to random variation. And finally, a linear regression model was used to examine whether genre could predict IMDb ratings overall. The results indicated that most genres did not significantly differ from the baseline, and the point plot confirmed that average scores were closely clustered. And overall, the findings suggest that genre alone does not have a meaningful impact on IMDb ratings, and visible differences are not supported by statistical evidence. And it's Ahmet's turn.
Thank you, Zülal. In this slide, we categorized IMDb ratings into three intervals: 6.0 to 7.5, 7.5 to 8.0, and 8.0 to 9.5. The chi-square goodness of fit test showed that the ratings are not evenly distributed. There was a noticeable drop in the 7.5 to 8.0 range, suggesting that users tend to avoid mid-range scores. Here we tested whether IMDb rating average differ between film genres. The one-way ANOVA results was not statistically significant, with a p-value of 0.4099. This means there is no meaningful difference between the average rating across genres. Since IMDb ratings are not normally distributed, we also used non-parametric tests, but the Kruskal-Wallis and Mann-Whitney U test confirmed that there is no significant difference between genres. So both parametric and non-parametric results lead to same conclusion. Overall, our analysis shows that genres has no significant effect on IMDb ratings. Only the chi-square test showed that the ratings are not evenly split. This suggests that users often give extreme scores, avoiding the middle. Factors like acting, directing, or storytelling might matter more than genres. To conclude, genre doesn't not significantly influence IMDb scores. Future research can include variables like budget, cast, or viewer demographics. Such data-driven insights can help the film industry make better decisions.